So I just really wanted to talk about a lot of the strange things that have been going on, kind of all around the geekdom. So yeah, we're gonna talk about them. All these strange things. Up next on the Bifrost Bridge podcast.
You're the coolest. No, you're the coolest. No, you're the coolest. Okay, I'm the coolest. Yeah, I agree.
So first, we're not just talking about strange things. We're talking about stranger things. If you haven't had a chance to check out this Netflix hit, you need to. And again, not doing a review. I'm just talking about the overwhelming success of it. This has been for Netflix, I think their third or fourth show with the most amount of streams or downloads or watch. They don't really do a lot of statistics that they share, but people believe that this is probably the third or fourth. And the ones that are surpassing it are, of course, things like Fuller House and Orange is the New Black. But those are shows like Fuller House was wildly advertised. I mean, so much money went into advertising that show that even people who never heard of Full House were looking forward to watching Fuller House. So yeah, that got a lot of streams because it got a lot of attention. Stranger Things got dropped on Netflix, and I don't think a single person even knew what it was. If you're like me and you have seen it, you probably came across it by accident, unless someone said, check this out, and you're like, what in the ham sandwich is that? Because you had no idea. But it's a great show. If you're a geek, you're going to love it. If you're into, things from the 80s, if you're a child of the 80s, you're going to love it. If you're a gamer, you're going to love it. If you're a sci-fi fan, you're going to love it. If you're none of those things, you're still going to love it because it's just a great show. And if you don't have a lot of time, you're really going to love it because it's only, I think, 8 episodes long. I binged it over like 2 days. I watched the first one because I was like, oh, let me just see what this is about. Watched the second one because I wanted to see what happened, and then, 6 hours later, there you are. But you should check it out. It's a great show, and it's getting rave reviews, and you might want to figure out why. So go check it out. Now, the next strange thing that we're talking about is Doctor Strange. It comes out in, I believe, November, and it's one of the most wild, greatly anticipated. My English professor said if you can't remember the correct word or can't spell the word correctly, use a new word. So it's one of the most greatly anticipated Marvel movies of this year. And here's the thing. I'm going to be straight up front. I have never been a fan of Doctor Strange. I know him. I know about him. I know about his, how he came to be Doctor Strange, read about him in the comic books, but only focused on him as a part of, his place in the comic book world, not focusing on him, but just when he interacted with other comic book characters that I liked, whose stories or comic book arcs I was reading or following. Really wasn't a fan of him. Still wasn't a fan of him until I saw the trailer. Don't know that I'm a fan of him, but I'm a fan of that movie. That movie looks awesome. I'm excited to go see Doctor Strange, even though I'm not a fan of Doctor Strange. That's how good the trailers have been looking. And if you haven't seen any of the trailers, you can just go to YouTube and put in Doctor Strange trailers and watch all the trailers. But I'm looking forward to it. And there's nothing wrong with him as a superhero character. And it's not a thing where, I'm a Christian, so I'm against magic. That has nothing to do with it. It's just he was kind of boring. He would like wave his hands and things would happen, and he'd use magic. And I want to see more of the action, acrobatic, fight type superheroes and all that kind of thing. So he just never appealed to me. Same with Doctor Fate. Same with Zatanna. Same with her father. Those guys don't really, there was nothing drawing me to them. Now, I will say that there are some, magic characters that, okay, they look a little cool. But overall, I want to see some hand-to-hand action, a cool superpower, something like that. But on another note, I will say this. Justice League Dark is coming out. Just throwing that out there. And in an upcoming episode, we're going to talk about DC universe, entertainment universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, who's killing it and who's not. But to do that, you have to weigh in a lot of things, all the TV shows as well. We're going to talk about that in an upcoming episode. But moving on, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Doctor Strange. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it. And I really hope it's not going to disappoint me at all. And the last strange thing that we're going to talk about today is we talked about Stranger Things, talked about Doctor Strange. We're going to jump back and talk about Stranger Things Season 2. Now, there's been a lot of talk that, yeah, Stranger Things Season 2 is supposed to be coming out on Netflix. Now, I can't go into a lot of detail about what's going to be in it because that might spoil some of the stuff for those of you who haven't watched Season 1. But there's a lot of questions, a lot of speculation about how it's going to lay out. And then I saw something today that says that it hadn't even been renewed. So there's speculation about whether or not there will be a Stranger Things Season 2. I'm hoping there will be. And if you watch Season 1, hopefully you'll be on my side of things and thinking that they should just continue rather than come up with some whole new story. They should continue the existing story and let that flow and take it to wherever it's going to go. But they may turn it into like a, American Horror Story, where each season there's a whole new, story of things going on. But either way, Stranger Things Season 1, great. Doctor Strange, I'm looking forward to it. Stranger Things Season 2, I'm hoping it's going to happen. But what about you? I'd love to hear about your thoughts on what you thought about. If you've seen Stranger Things Season 1, how did you like it? Would you recommend it to a friend? How excited are you for Doctor Strange? And who's your favorite magic superhero, whether it be DC or Marvel? Which one is the best for you? And I've seen some things online that say Doctor Strange is one of the, top 20 most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe. I don't know. But we'll leave it up to you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. And until next time, true believer.